Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again. This is going to be part 4 of my horror movie merchandise collection, and this is going to be the final part. So first up is my favorite figure I own, of any figure I own, and that is Freddy Krueger from the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. This is actually from the first wave of Freddy figures before they were re-released for the anniversary versions. And honestly, compared to the 30th anniversary version of this figure, this definitely has a better paint scheme. Definitely has a lot more detail, and it's not like just lazily done like the 30th anniversary edition. But yeah, and then this is the only version of Freddy of the figure that has the long arms. The 30th anniversary version, even though it's the same, it's basically the same figure, just slightly different with the paint and accessories. This is the only one of the two to have the long arms, which I do really like this feature. And yeah, you could also take the head off. Hold on, it's stuck. I'm not gonna take the head off, but you can see Freddy's face right there with all the burns and stuff, and the glove. And then he also comes with a few accessories. First off is, of course, the skull face. And then he also comes with... You could actually take off the long arms and reattach the hands to these ones, and then these regular arms. And then... unfortunately, I don't have the entire packaging anymore, because it was a clamshell, so it was just basically... you take the thing out of its packaging, and you don't have the entire packaging anymore, because you just rip it to get it open. But then there's this little, like... This was in the front of the packaging. Of course, Freddy Krueger as seen in A Nightmare on Elm Street. They actually have the correct version of the Nightmare logo for the first movie. You won't believe how many times I've come across merchandise for the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and they have the wrong font for the movie. Usually it's just it's this font, but that font doesn't come on the Nightmare logo until the second film. But yeah, and then of course they have the wrong picture of Freddy. Oh yeah, and thing to mention that's very odd, and that I don't know why it hasn't been corrected at all. Anytime there's any merchandise to do with Nightmare on Elm Street, every single time they release something, say it's from like Nightmare 1, Nightmare 2, whatever, they always have the wrong picture of Freddy with whatever, like, with the wrong, Nightmare on Elm Street item. For example, I have, a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, yeah, oh yeah, on a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 on the disc, it's the picture of, Freddy from what was it again? Oh yeah, it was the Freddy from Wes Craven's New Nightmare instead of Freddy from Part 2, like the disc is. Like the disc is Part 2. The picture of Freddy is from Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I don't know. I just find it very odd that they can never get the correct Freddy with the correct Nightmare movie in terms of merchandise, or just putting the right Freddy with the right picture of the film. I don't know. It's not with just Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. It's with the Friday the 13th stuff too. They can never put the right Jason with the right movie in terms of merchandise. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. And then there is one other thing, which is what was in the very back of the packaging, which is the thing the figure was in front of, and on the back. Oh yeah, this is the wrong font. This is not the font for the first film. They had it correct again. They had it correct here, but not here apparently. But yeah, and then on the back there's the picture of the figure, and then on the bottom there's 3 other ones. from the original line before they were the anniversary editions, which I do have three anniversary editions, which I'll show you guys in a bit. But yeah, you have Freddy Krueger from Freddy's Revenge, Freddy Krueger from Dream Warriors, and Freddy Krueger from Dream Master. And then on the back it says, Nancy is having grisly nightmares. Something monstrous wants to kill her. Meanwhile, her high school friends, who are having the very same dream, are being stalked and slaughtered in their sleep by the hideous fiend of their shared nightmare. When the cops ignore their explanation, she must confront the killer in his shadowy realm. Very awesome read up on the back. But yeah, so that's that for that part. I have a few more things. Hold on, let me put this back. Oh, wait, hold on, forgot that. All right. All right. So next up is the 30th anniversary version of the first figure, or the 30th anniversary, the 30th anniversary edition of the first movie. This is the figure of the 30th anniversary. It's basically the same figure as before, but they changed a few things. First off, he doesn't have the long arms. They didn't come with the figure. Secondly, the paint is not as good. For being a 30th anniversary version, you would think the paint would be just as good as the original or better. But no, the paint. I mean, the paint on the first one. I mean, the design is the same, but the paint on the first one has a lot more sort of a glistening, slimy effect on it. Where this one's just feels very dried out in a way. Um, and it's a lot a brighter color too. Like, um, um, the paint on the other one is a very dark, almost grayish tan, very dark, very grimy. Whereas this one's just a very, very bright, not skin color, but almost skin color. It's a very bright color compared to the original figure. Um, and then the glove is completely the wrong color. Now, the color of the glove on the first figure of the first Nightmare on Elm Street, like the original version they put out, had the correct color scheme. This one, they decided to color it gold. They colored the glove gold for some bizarre reason with the little red tips, but it's gold and not coppery color. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then, I mean, at least this figure has has a more articulated legs. You can see there. Um, and then this version does come with some accessories that the original version didn't. First off, oh yeah, and of course it comes with the skull face. Although again, the paint's not as good as on the original. And then and the paint's kind of a little bit better on this one. This is an alternate face. And then you get the skin of the face from Nancy's friend Tina, and actually you can just put it over this face. Hold on, there we go. And then you get the, of course, an alternate hand, which is the hand that Freddy has when he cuts off his two fingers. Like, Tina, watch this, and he cuts off two of his fingers, and green blood spurts out. And then last thing is the tongue phone. Who's your boyfriend now, Nancy? But yeah, love that scene. And then the box. Box, and it has the original artwork. I do, if you guys have seen my other video, I do have the poster of this. And then there's the inside. And then the read up on the back, I don't need to read again because it's the same thing as on the original one. Well, I do really like the color scheme on the back too, and how everything's pictured out. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. Alright, on to the next thing. Okay. Next up is the, I guess, anniversary edition of the second movie. So they re-released the second, Part 2 Freddy figure. And again, the paint isn't as good as on the original. Although the paint seems to be a little bit more faithful to the color of the paint of the original version of this figure. Than say the paint of the original version of the first figure compared to that 30th anniversary release that I just showed you guys. My only complaint is like there's a little bit of a factory error where like you could see the what's not supposed to be there. Like I think his shirt cuff isn't down far enough because you kind of see the plain blank figure arm there. Oh yeah, and the color of this glove isn't correct either. It's sort of a very dark brownish black color, which is not accurate at all. Yeah, there's Freddy. I love his design. In the movie, I think it's really, really cool. Oh yeah, and the second movie is an absolutely underrated sequel. I think it doesn't get the credit it deserves. But yeah, and then of course Freddy has a little bit of a different hat in this film, in the second film. And then he does come with a few features. I mean, a few accessories. First off is the Nightmare Dogs, which is a very odd choice to add because they're only in like a split second of the movie. Like they're only there for like a few seconds of one scene, and then they're gone. I mean, they're really cool looking, but I mean, again, they're not in the movie for that long. And then you get, of course, an extra head. This is the one with the where Freddy Krueger pulls his skin of his head back and his brain is pulsating out. Where he's like, Jesse, you've got the body, I've got the brain. But yeah, one of my favorite scenes from that film. And then, of course, you got the hand with the knives coming out instead of having the actual glove. Yeah, that's really, really cool. And then you get this flame piece, which actually goes on the back of Freddy here. It doesn't stay on too well, but it's supposed to stay on, but the magnet's not that good. I mean, it stays on at first, but then you try to set it down and it eventually falls off. Um, but yeah, that looks kind of cool. I mean, but it doesn't stay for that long. Again, it falls off eventually. But yeah, there's that. All right. On to the, oh wait, hold on. No, before I move on to the next thing. Yeah, this one doesn't quite stand too well. I'm just gonna lay them over here. Um, Here's the box. It's slightly bigger than the box for the other one. Again, it had to have the fit the two nightmare dogs in it, so of course it's slightly bigger. But then there's the poster on the front, which is one of my all-time favorite horror movie posters. And of course it has the quote, "The man of your dreams is back." And then you see, it's basically the same. Like his face is one half, and then the other half is the I guess the skull creature from the first poster of the first movie. Oh yeah, that's really odd too. Like I guess they made the poster of the first movie before they cast Robert Englund as Freddy or anyone as Freddy. Because if you go look back, in the first poster, Freddy is just like a skull, is with a skull, and then he has the exposed brain, and then his glove isn't even a glove; it's just basically metal fused with a skeleton hand. So I guess they probably didn't have anyone cast as Freddy yet. I thought I heard something. Never mind. Um, but yeah, there's that. And then on the inside, of course, is the figure. And then on the back, and then it says, "It's been 5 years since Freddy Krueger tormented those helpless Elm Street teens with his razor glove and maniacal sense of humor. But he's back. He's back for revenge, with his sights set on another innocent victim he can torture and possess." Um, yeah, this is one of my favorite. Not only one of my favorite horror movie sequels, but one of my favorite sequels of all time. Um, all right, on to the next thing. Huh? Alright, so next up is the another anniversary Freddy figure, and that is Freddy Krueger, the anniversary version of Freddy Krueger from Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Um, yeah, he looks pretty cool. Also, he has a, no, I'll get to it in just a second, but pretty cool face, pretty accurate paint to the first version of the figure. His glove is actually very accurate to the design in the actual film. Oh yeah, and I have him in this pose. Okay, so he comes with a few things. First off, he comes with a little house thingy, and then he also comes with the marionette Freddy. So the reason why I have him in this pose, so I was just sort of messing around with him one day, and then I was like, I was on my, I was over there with my other shelf, and then I was like, I put him on the shelf, and I was like, I was just messing around with him, and then I look over. Oh, you can't see it over there, but I have the Iron Maiden Number of the Beast poster, and I was looking at that, and I'm like, I had an idea. So basically, what I did is like, so I took this house, right, and then this little house thingy, and then just like set the house on there, and then I set this little marionette over the house, and then I set this Freddy behind the marionette, and have him crouching down, and almost like he's controlling this little marionette Freddy, like in the Number of the Beast Iron Maiden poster, how Eddie is controlling the marionette of the devil. Um, but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Kind of got that idea from looking at my posters. And then he also comes with you're able to remove his chest piece, and you could put in this one, the Chest of Souls. And then he also comes with the this face. Basically, if you put it, oh, you can kind of see it there, but like it has a little crucifix on it. Ooh, so, but yeah, and then I gotta find it. Oh, you could kind of see. Oh, there you go. And then also, he does have the needle syringe hands too. And then, of course, the box. This is actually my favorite movie poster of all time. The Dream Warriors poster. Yeah, it's just Freddy. He kind of has that look that he did. He does. It's not fully skeletal anymore on the poster, but it is sort of resembling that. And then he still has the skeleton hand with the metal fuse to it. And then it says, "If you think you're ready for Freddy, think again." And then of course, got the sides there, and then and then you get the back there, and then it says, "The last of the Elm Street kids are now in a psychiatric ward where Freddy haunts their dreams with unspeakable horrors. Uh, there is only one hope. Wait, no. So there is only hope. Their only hope is dream researcher and fellow survivor Nancy Thompson, who helps them battle the supernatural psycho on his own hellish turf." But yeah, I actually have one more thing to show before I end the video. Put this away. Um, Alright, the last thing to show is actually... how am I going to do this? Okay, the last thing to show is actually the thing I have my computer sitting on, because I don't have I don't have anything else to set it on. Hold on, let me figure out how to do this. uh, um, Try not to. Skip this over here. Alright, so the last thing is this. Let me. Sorry, the computer was falling. Alright, have it set on my chair. Okay. And then the last thing is this gigantic xenomorph action figure from the movie Alien. Hold on. This kind of goes with the alien figure in a way. Like, I should have just showed this with the alien thing. It would be a bit more fitting, but whatever. But yeah, I got this the very last time I went to Comic-Con. It looks really, really cool. The reason why it's in the box is because I don't really have any room for it on any of my shelves. It's too big. I'll eventually find somewhere to put it. Hold on, there's dust on there. I'll eventually find somewhere to put it, but as of now, it's just going to be what my laptop sits on. But yeah. Ugh. Alright, let me... Hold on. Okay, and there we go. Back to normal. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.